Okay, so again, a little bit of a departure from your regularly scheduled tutorial, but here's the thing. I just got some stuff in the mail from things that I ordered that were on sale, so I wanted to talk about them. Mostly, I want to talk about the Juvias Place face products that I finally got because they were on sale, and Bite had lipsticks on sale. They're usually $24, but this week they were $6, so I got 4. So I'm going to be using one of them. It's going to be mostly a full face of Juvia's Place makeup, but here's the thing. I don't like liquid lipsticks, so I didn't want to buy a liquid lipstick. Because I've heard that their liquid lipsticks are really good, but the only thing that appeals to me is their black liquid lipstick, but I have a black cream lipstick that does me just fine, so as of yet I have not purchased anything from their lip line, though if they would release some more glosses, I would be all over that. Okay, so let's start. Do I even need to say it? This is... I'm pretty sure that I will use this until it's completely gone, and then whenever it's gone, I'm going to buy the luminous version because e.l.f. just came out with the luminous version of the poreless putty primer, and that means that it's going to be good for my super dry skin, which means I don't have to moisturize before I use this, because it's definitely dry skin friendly, but like it kind of takes more product than usual if you don't moisturize ahead of time, because then it has to do more work filling in your pores, obviously. So I think I'm going to start with the face today. Yeah. My shade stick is in the shade Nicaragua, which is the second or the third to lightest shade. There are 30 shades in this line, which is pretty normal for a range of stick foundations. I got another lighter shade in case this ended up being my summer shade, and then I'd have to like adjust it with a lighter shade to make it work for me in December, but thankfully this works for me pretty well. The reason that it took me so long to get this is because there's the swatches on their website and stuff, they didn't have a direct translation for the shade, which I apparently am in their normal foundation line, which is Maricao, I think. I'm like 710, I'm pretty sure, in that line, and they didn't have a direct translation for that shade, so I'm glad that I could find something that is my shade, though I do wish they had better translations for people who want to do the stick foundation, because I have very dry skin, so I don't know if I'll ever really try their liquid foundation, because it's apparently like super matte, and even in the summer I'm kind of scared about that. So next, I'm going to use the concealer, which is just massive. This is like Born This Way by, this is like almost a foundation, which I'm super glad about, because apparently this concealer is usually $14, but if it's this big, yeah, especially because I got this for $7, that's definitely a good price for that much product. I feel like I keep needing to say this, but you always want to be a little, like, careful and, when you're using concealer, and just only use a little bit. This is a very full coverage concealer. Like when Smoky Glow said that this was like really good for under eyes, yeah, it is, and it's really full coverage. I like this. And I'm going to go in with a little more concealing with the shade Tokyo in the shade Sticks, which is the lightest shade. It's pretty light. I will say the packaging is plastic and kind of cheap feeling, but I don't care about how heavy a packaging is, especially if the foundation's like $16. And now for the eyes, I'm going to keep it in the Saharan family and go in with the Saharan 2 palette, which is, if you haven't seen my ranking my eyeshadow palettes video, it's one of my favorites. I feel like it's a really nice color story, especially for me, because it has really nice mattes that can go deep or can go like not scary. This red right here is almost more of a pink. I really like this palette, in case you can't tell how much I've loved it over the past year or so. So I'm going to take this dark shade right here, which is more of a cool tone. And I didn't do a proper brush switch. Well, usually it's more of a proper cool tone, but for some reason I didn't properly do a good brush switch, so there we go. Whenever I say that these shadows are like super pigmented, this is what I mean. This is, I think, would be a great palette for people with deeper skin tones. I really like really dark mattes because I like to have, you know, like, not quite a smoky eye, but I like to have, you know, a grungy look all the time. So it's very much ideal for me and my aesthetic. And then I'm going to use this blue right here, which is a Superstar. However, it does make me feel sad that I think these shimmers are starting to dry out, so I'm not sure how much time I have left with this baby. And then on the inner corner, I'm going to take this right here, which is like a mint green shade. This is like my go-to look whenever I use this palette, because I really like the blue in here, and I really like the neutrals, and I like the mattes in here. Sometimes I'll do something with this reddish pink that is how it comes across, and, you know, this copper color right here, but usually not. Another nice thing I really like about stick foundation is you only apply what you need. You don't need to do an entire pump if you mess up your foundation, and I totally forgot how full of fallout this palette is. I really should have done my eyes first, but I was so excited to get a full like application of foundation on here. And then for liner, yes, I'm doing winged liner again. I'm learning. I'm going to go in with the new Saharan cream eyeliner. Now, the reason I've been struggling so much is because I've been stuck with pencil and liquid liners. Here's the thing. Those don't really work for me because I have hooded eyes. So whenever you have hooded eyes, a cream liner is what's best for you. Now, I did try this, and this is super creamy, this is super pigmented, and it stays whenever it sets. It's probably the best cream eyeliner I've ever tried. Maybelline, e.l.f., we don't know her. See? I swear, I'm actually good at eyeliner if I have a cream. But the problem is cream liners can dry out and then they're super, like, impossible to work with. There's this end too, but I actually don't really like using this kind of brush for a liner because there's not enough structure behind it, so you don't really get the pigment that you want. And then brows, and actually I can the eyeliner comes in a as it just comes in a set, and you get the black and the brown and the brush, and I like this brush. Like, this is a very pigmented black eyeliner, by the way. This brand does not do anything half-assed. This is really good. So I'm going to use the brown eyeliner, which is the perfect color for my brows and not too pigmented, and just kind of fill it in. I really like having a pomade. I really like this because it's like a brow pomade, and I really enjoy brow pomades more than I like brow mascaras, but I'm trying to pan the ones that I have, and because brow pomades will last you forever, so I'm also going to enjoy using this regularly, and because the other one that I had started to dry out. And now for blush and highlight. This is the Saharan 2 blush palette. There's also a Saharan 1, but that's for deep skin tones. So I didn't get that because I didn't need it. I'm going to go in with there's a good I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's a nice terracotta blush. I love a terracotta blush. It's very pigmented. It's almost as pigmented as their eyeshadows, which is good because I like very bold blushes. And then I'm going to go into this color right here and make this a little bit of a glowy blush. And then for highlight, I'm going to go into this color right here because I absolutely love pink highlight, in case you haven't been able to tell from me using the same highlighter stick all week. So that concludes the Juvias Place portion of this video. And now, for lips, I'm going to go in with Bite Beauty, which is something I never thought I'd say, that I own a Bite Beauty lipstick, but they were $6, so I was like, since they're reformulating to make everything vegan, and I was like, well, $6? I'll take like 6. And this is in the shade Pepper. This is a warm neutral shade. And it smells really good too. These are actually like preservative free, so they're edible. Though I don't know why I think that's kind of like a weird gimmick to have a luxury lipstick brand and say, "Oh, you can eat our stuff." Like, I don't want to pay $24 for a lipstick that's this big just so I can eat it. But this is a lovely color. This is Pepper. I'm not sure if I would recommend getting this because I think this is out of stock, and then you'd have to pay like $24 for it whenever it's reformulated. But I think that if you ever find that this brand is on sale again because like they're discontinuing a shade or something, this is like a really nice formula. It's very comfortable, and I think with every purchase you get two minis and a mirror, which I really like. This also, this concealer does not crease at all. Let me turn off the nice lamp, and this is what I would look like if, and this is kind of more like what I would look like if you would just be seeing me. And yeah, I'm super happy with my purchases, and I will see you next week, I guess. This is the end of tutorial week. I'm sorry. Alright, bye.